Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos Phoenix in the lounge, and we are still in the ILounge, and we have the host of the event today, Nfared. Nfared also does poetry, but he's going to tell us a little bit more about him, so go right ahead.
Hello, my name is Nfared. Spoken word artist, born and raised in Atlanta. I've been doing spoken word for 13 years this year, since 2000. Started at a little spot in Buckhead. I wasn't really good when I first started, but I learned along the way that it's all about finding your lane, finding the subject matter and the topics that work for you, and just sticking to it. And my thing is appealing to people's heart, making people laugh, and just trying to motivate and inspire people and make people feel better. That's my whole goal. If I can do a piece and somebody leaves feeling better about their life, about their situation, about whatever they're going through, then I feel like I've done what I'm supposed to do.
So we've been listening to a lot of the poets, and of course they're pouring their heart out, and sometimes it gets emotional.
Yeah.
And what I like watching you, when they're done, he basically takes their poetry and manipulates it a little bit and makes it a little bit more fun. And you're very funny. I find you very funny. And of course you have your DJ, or the DJ, he kind of adds a little bit to the mix.
Right.
But what got you into poetry when what age were you at?
It was 13 years ago, so I'm 34 now, so 20, I was around 20, I think 21, 22 when I first started. I was dating or hanging out with a young lady, and maybe dating, I don't know what we were doing, but we were just hanging out. She needed to go to Knoxville, and she didn't want to come back by herself, so she asked me to ride up with her. We rode up, we were there during the weekend, and we were looking for something to do that Friday night, and we drove by a place that said Spoken Word Slam. I'd never been before. It sounded interesting, so we went, and it was just one of those things where the stuff I heard was just so amazing. The way the people were writing and the way they put the stuff together, it really struck me. And I talked to some people while I was there, and they told me about some open mics in Atlanta. And I went home, and that inspired me to start writing. And so I got back home, I started writing. I performed at an open mic a week after we got back, and I performed at an open mic that night. From that night, I have not spoken to the young lady that I was with since. We haven't talked since then. That was 13 years ago. So that goes back to my whole thing that there are no coincidences and you meet people for a reason. And so I sincerely believe that that's the reason we met, because, I mean, spoken word is just really, it's had a powerful impact on my life, and it's just allowed me to do some amazing things and perform for some amazing people and just do a lot of amazing things. And on the flip side of that, I get the opportunity to host, which I did tonight, and I love hosting. That gives me a chance to put a little bit more of my personality into it, and I like to do that too, so that's the other side of it. But it's just been a blessing to be able to share my gift and to do that for the past 13 years.
So you never spoke to the girl again?
We have not spoken in 13 years. I don't know where she is. Her name is Stephanie Ivy. If you are out there, thank you.
Okay, so now you're doing spoken word. Is there any relationship to music for you? Or, I mean, are you writing music? Are you doing anything relating to music?
Yeah, I sing too. I do sing, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll incorporate a little song before I do the piece, or I'll do the piece and I'll have a song in the middle. And so, yeah, music is something that I do as well. And as a matter of fact, I'm working on my second CD, and the second CD is going to be half poetry, half music. So I'm a music person. I've always loved music, so that's another passion.
So who are your influences in poetry or in music?
As far as poetry goes, one of my favorite poets is Amir Suleiman. I think he's in California now, but he used to be here. And his passion with his delivery just he's one of those people that when he performs, I literally get chills when he performs, because he's so passionate, and his delivery just always makes me think, and it always inspires me. And you can tell, like, I'm an artist like him. We read before we read stuff before we do pieces. I read stuff, I do research, and he's one of those guys that does that before he does a piece or before he performs a piece. And I appreciate that about him. And we got Amir Suleiman, Malik Salam is another favorite. John Good is one of my favorite poets, because he puts his humor and his personality into his poems. But aside from that, John Good is a humble person. He's like a good person. I host the open mic on Thursday nights, and he gave me the opportunity to do that because he moved on to do other things, and so he passed the torch to me. So he's definitely one of the people that I listen to and that I try to wean from as I do my art.
So now, where does it go from here? What's next? Or where do you think poetry can go in the mainstream market? I mean, as far as I can tell, it's fairly underground. I mean, you'll see it in some TV series, so they'll make a little bit of fun of it. But where can it go in the mainstream market?
Yeah, and I think, and for me personally, one of the things I'm working on is trying to go from spoken word and move it into acting, but try to keep the two together because there are a lot of opportunities for us to be in plays and have different roles in local plays and local productions. And a lot of times what we're able to do, I was in a play a few years ago and I was a patient in a mental hospital, but while I was a patient in a mental hospital, I was able to do my piece as a part of the role. I was able to do a spoken word piece as a part of the role in the play, and the play was pretty successful. So I think that's one way to do it. But everybody has their own path as far as what spoken word is, what next level spoken word is for them. Some people just do it. I mean, like Red Storm that was here tonight. Red Storm is an artist. He travels. He is all over the world, and that's what he does. And so for him, that's what he does. That's his passion. That's what he wants to do. There are artists like Queen Sheba who is like all over America, all over the country. Same type of thing, that for them, that is what they do. So I guess it's a different thing for everybody. For me, I love it. I've had a chance to travel and perform for different people, and so now I'm looking at, okay, how can I turn this into acting? Can I get into commercials? Can I get into voiceovers? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, that is a big market that's coming to Atlanta. Already they're building 3 major studios, Gwinnett and Fayetteville. Yeah. So have you been developing any connections for that, or are you just waiting for it to kind of kick in?
Well, it's all about who you know. And so I'm working on making connections, and I'm working on meeting people. I've been I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that works for Tyler Perry Studios. So, I'm trying to make all the avenues that I can because here, you can be very talented and you can be on your grind and you can be on your hustle, but so much of Atlanta and so much of making whatever your definition of success is about who you know. And so it's important for me to make all those. I'm taking a voiceover class now, as a matter of fact, every Wednesday. I just finished the beginning class, and so now we're moving on to the intermediate class. And so making those connections with the teacher in that class, and she's going to be introducing us to different agents and that kind of thing. So it's all about who you know.
So where can people find out more about you?
I'm on Facebook all the time. Like now. My Facebook is Alfred Nfared, and it's Nfared. That's Alfred Nfared Vines. I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter on Incredible Info, and that's Incredible NFA all together, Incredible Info. And my favorite after Facebook is Instagram. I love Instagram. And my Instagram is all things red. All things red. Red, all things red. So those are the 3 primary places that you can find me. I do, whenever I'm hosting something or whenever I'm going to make an appearance somewhere, it's always on my Facebook page. So you can always catch me on Facebook for my appearances and for events that I'm doing and hosting like I did tonight. And then I have a lot of follow on Instagram and Twitter. So follow me in those places.
So I guess in Instagram you do a lot of red things.
Yes. I got a lot of red shoes at home, and so every time I buy a new pair of shoes, those are on Instagram. I'm a car person. I love cars, and so if there's a red car close, I'll take it. My most recent one was a red Maserati. Very nice Gran Turismo. That kind of thing. And there's other stuff, too. I like architecture, so I got a lot of different pictures of the city. I really like big houses, so I got a lot of pictures from Buckhead, Sandy Springs, cars, houses, clothes, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Thank you, Nfared, for chatting with me. Thank you guys for watching. Please keep watching the Indie Lounge, theloungenetwork.com, and I'm going to have all the links down here below. You can catch us on YouTube, on our website, on blip.tv. Thank you again for watching.